with Discord, whenever you change something, it will move something back in its position now on that side.
It does move around sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just like, yep, you
Yeah.
want to keep you on your toes.
If I don't activate my OBS in a certain order, it doesn't work, and then it just does this. Exactly.
So yeah, Williams, front wing, beam wing, rear corner, front corner, and engine cover. Red Bull, beam wing, rear wing, end plate. Aston Martin, front wing, rear wing, beam wing. Ferrari, front wing, end plate, floor edge, beam wing. Mercedes, rear wing, floor fences. Haas, front wing and rear wing. Alfa Romeo, front and rear wing. McLaren, rear wing and diffuser. Alpine, beam wing. AlphaTauri, rear wing. And that's it for the upgrades.
Wow, it's fairly extensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is only the second race of the season as well.
Yeah, you'd think, like, I know obviously they got to develop, but quite quickly.
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of respect for all the teams that are going absolutely nuts trying to get all the, all the parts out and whatnot.
So they also sent some information to me, which is the FIA have confirmed that Max Verstappen has changed to a previously used gearbox. A new gearbox, hydraulic system, drive shafts and brake suspension on both sides have been installed.
Oh.
Sergio Perez has had no precautionary drive shaft changes.
I wasn't expecting that, if I'm honest. I was not expecting that. That's fairly extensive for the old Red Bull, and considering he
didn't. Some more information.
You know, what did he hit?
Pedro, you're just you're the go-to person for information. Send me all the tyres that are available for each one of this.
You know what time it is?
Good luck, long. Where are we going?
That's the one.
Oh, this thing doesn't.
Come on, Alonso leading to turn 2. Come on. He has got a good start.
You think I can start? Oh, he's leading.
Russell at P3.
Alonso leading the race.
Who thought we'd be seeing this?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's a lot of, I think, red bodywork flapping around at the back.
That's a lot.
It was red or orange, I couldn't quite tell. Aston Martin leading a race. Who would have thunk it?
Damn.
And Stroll's going for signs. Round the outside. Oh, that's going to be... that. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash.
Oh, that was close.
Dudes! Stroll running outside of signs. Alonso,
Oh my god, it's happening. Everyone's taking on.
Alonso's getting a penalty.
Oh, is he?
Incorrect starting position. That's a 10-second penalty.
She's got damage.
Crap.
Well, it was short-lived, but it was...
But Aston Martin will lead one lap. If slightly illegally. Yeah, Piastri's getting swallowed up. Got the 3 Ferraris on the back of him. By that I mean Haas. Yeah, Perez is trying to get past Alonso. He's got to. Ooh, heck.
At least the F1 graphics, all the drivers are in the right teams. And...
Yeah, Piastri's in. Piastri's in now.
Come on. There we are.
Okay, Alonso's got a 5-second time penalty. Not 10-second. That's something at least. Okay.
Get it for hard tyres.
For what?
Piastri's been changed to hard tyres.
Yeah, McLaren always seem to do that. Oh, you've gone wrong on the first lap. We're going to put you on hards. That's what they always do. Might just be getting the... Well, they might just be hoping for a safety car at some point and just get the terrible tyre out of the way. So they've got nothing but good tyres towards the end. But he is now 40 seconds off the back of... No, he's 20-something seconds off the back of De Vries.
Good qualifying position.
Right, DRS is going to be enabled. There is that debris in the middle of this pit straight? Or was it just a funny reflection?
I don't think De Vries was there.
De Vries is there. De Vries is in 19th.
No, the meme from last year. You know when Carlos was like, De Vries on the track? No.
Oh,
he
De
said,
Vries. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. DRS, there we go, it's enabled.
What do you reckon Alonso said when they come back and said, got a 5-second penalty? Now what?
He'll be going...
Did you say I can't even?
I didn't hear it either.
If anyone heard what he said, if there's something about the starting period, like beep 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 beep.
A lot of Spanish swearing, yeah.
Yeah.
Pedro said Lando was pitting. Oh, it was Piastri. He meant Piastri. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Norris has pitted.
Yeah. The hard stuff.
Oh, Perez outbraked himself. He was dying to get through there, wasn't he?
Yeah, potentially you were right with obviously the orange earlier.
Maybe.
With Piastri, because Pedro just said that Piastri lost one of his front end plates battling someone, so that could have been potentially who he spotted battling.
Possibly, yeah. Could well have been.
So, in regards to obviously Alonso's...
Yeah, they're showing it, they're showing it. That's not an incorrect starting position, that's fine.
Is it? It's slightly too much to the left, right?
Oh.
Ever so slightly.
So he's too far out of the box.
Yeah.
Eesh.
I thought it wouldn't matter as long as you're
Yeah.
not going ahead of the box.
I guess it's they're stopping you from moving closer to the apex of the corner one way or another. Okay, so yeah, here's Piastri's restart will start. So he's right behind Hamilton and the other Alpine. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
That's not...
one of the Alpines took it out.
Well... Yeah. That's a lap 1 incident, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously we know how tight those first couple of corners are.
Yeah, we've got experience of that track now.
You've got experience. A bit of a look up, but still made it work.
Well, as long as he hasn't given himself a flat spot.
With that penalty, do you reckon Alonso's still on?
Well, if he can clear a 5-second gap to Russell, yeah, he's still on for a P2. Right, so Hamilton is... he's holding up Gasly and Leclerc. Oh, Hamilton's on the hard tyre. That's interesting. So all of the top...
No justice with the medium and soft on it.
Mm.
Around it.
Okay, so... ugh. McLaren... It's gone wrong for McLaren again, hasn't it?
Looks like it.
I wonder if they pitted Norris the lap after, because they both had front wing damage.
Maybe. We didn't really see much from Lando. Did he make up any positions and stuff?
Didn't see, I'm afraid.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice from Hamilton. Didn't expect him to go fast. Didn't even see it. I didn't even notice he was for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting tactic. So yeah, so where is Max up to? He's only got up to 11th. He's only gained, what, 4 places?
Charles is the only one on softs.
Yeah. Hoping to jump a load of people, but promise he's stuck behind Gasly and Hamilton.
Yeah. And you'll have dogs coming earlier. Is Ferrari doing Ferrari things again?
Always. When do they not?
Oh. That's why I should have looked at the information you sent me a bit. Lewis had no new sets of softs.
Oh.
Surely try the one stop. Gasly running in the points straight away.
Hmm.
Good for him, considering obviously last race.
Yes.
Bit of a battle for him. It made up a lot of positions. Alonso's almost 2 seconds ahead of Russell already. Or he needs to get at least 5.
Depends on how long those medium tyres are going to go. I mean, he's got time to do it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who I'm surprised hasn't made up more positions? Who?
Verstappen.
Who? Hamilton.
Verstappen.
Oh, Verstappen versus Hamilton. Yeah, he's only gone up 4 places, and I think he's only just taken the second house. It might be on a damage limitation exercise. Just get the car to the end, you'll pick up probably top 5 anyway. Just don't bin it and cost it the budget money. Okay, well there goes Max. I thought that was Leclerc there for a minute, because the back of that, well, let's face it, Sauber looks like a Ferrari.
It did look very red. I know you sent it to me, Pedro, by the way. I did send it
Right.
one day you sent me.
Hamilton has been noted as weaving
Weaving?
on the straight.
No, but is it the sort of weaving that we saw a couple of years ago, or is it just like a...
Is it just a doot doot, or is it whoop whoop? Is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. I didn't wonder, think, obviously, plan A, definitely plan A. Oh.
Alonso is closing in on Perez. You're taking 2 or 3 temps out of him. He's in within DRS.
El plan, pass Perez, build up a 5-second gap.
Use Perez as your buffer.
Yeah.
300 IQ thinking from Alonso.
Yeah, he meant to get that penalty.
Yeah. He's just making it harder on himself to make it look better.
Yeah.
Okay, there goes Leclerc and Hamilton. Yeah, it would have been nuts if Hamilton had just kept trying to hold up Leclerc. He would have compromised his own race. Oh! Race control. Black and white flag for Hamilton weaving on the straight.
It's a warning though, right?
Yeah, that's the final warning.
It was sad to see. Obviously, I saw the few clips after yesterday. It's like it just doesn't feel connected to this car at all.
Yeah, I get that. So right, he's nearly got a gap of 5 seconds over Russell already. Alonso, that is. He's gonna. It's a fight for 1-2 here.
Which is really good to see. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
usually it's obviously just Max just zooming off in the distance, and then we get a fight for second and third. Sometimes, not always. Last race wasn't always.
Yeah, last race was.
Second or third.
Yeah, last race wasn't a race for the win at all. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, there goes Max on Gasly. Okay, that's the AlphaTauri then. So, next one up is Lewis Hamilton. And these two have a history.
So 10 laps in, and he's in 9th place. I mean, it's going to be hard. Might be able to.
If Max and Lewis come together again. Thank you, Pedro.
Just in the pits.
It could. What colour is the pink? 'Cause I didn't see pink on that. I genuinely thought I saw an AlphaTauri. I guess I just looked at it wrong.
I think it's pink for the first 3 races, so we'll see
Okay.
next race, and then it's back to the blue.
That's fair. I genuinely thought I saw an AlphaTauri though. That. Alright, so it's not going to be long.
Mercedes on the hard tyre.
Yeah. Well, Russell's on the medium, so split strategy there for the Mercs. Why do they need to put chasing Hamilton for 8th as a description there? I mean, It's kind of obvious.
I agree.
Bottas has fallen down the order. I mean,
He
we've
just
got-
went into the pits.
well, yeah, we've got Sargent, Magnussen, and Bottas all pitted for hard tyres. After lap 10.
Mm. Mediums obviously just not.
Well,
holding on, I guess.
they've come off the mediums to go on the hard tyres. But the hards look horrible.
Mm.
Well, it looks like Hamilton's making it work, kind of, but...
So that would lead me to believe that a lot of the ones that pitted for hard are going to have to pit again.
Yeah, there's no way they're getting 39, 40
Some.
laps out of them. If,
See, Hamilton can't pit for softs, so he'll have to go on to medium.
if that medium's only doing 10 laps, we could be looking at a 3 or 4 stop race, but that doesn't... That feels weird. Well, unless they have been picking up punches or something like that from Piastri's debris.
Oh. Yeah, like I said, though, that is weird. How are we already 12 laps into this race?
Hmm. What? They keep talking about red flags. Yeah, he's not even really fighting that.
No, I'm talking about red flags because of obviously. Was it last year? Was it the year before? It was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, true.
You were like, what?
Right, next one. Well, the next one is going to be challenging for Verstappen, but even Leclerc he's not going to hold him up too long, I would imagine.
Alonso now has got that 5-second gap. No, 4-second gap. Russell. So.
Right, can Leclerc get Ocon, and then after that it's a straight shot for Leclerc up to Sainz. I'm really disappointed with Sainz's pace.
I'm surprised Sainz hasn't caught Stroll, and I'm surprised Stroll is running in 4th at the moment.
Well, Stroll also on lap 1 went right round the outside of Sainz, so... Here we go. Here goes Leclerc, it looks like. That's a good view, but they use it like every opportunity they can. Sometimes you need to be top down.
Especially when you pass someone, they got too close to the...
Retro thinks Leclerc might be going the end of this lap. It's possible.
Potentially.
Alonso's happy on the tyres, and he has got that 5-second gap to Russell, but he has fallen back from Perez himself.
Maybe the Aston Martin like what people are like, is it worth him staying on? Yeah.
Well, here comes Sainz is coming in before Leclerc. Okay, yeah, so maybe they are trying to undercut him. Here comes Max. Max and Ocon, these two have a history as well, don't they?
Yep.
We know that Ocon's not going to yield when it comes to Max. Well, saying it, he ain't going to have much of a choice here. Yeah. Once that light starts flashing, they're harvesting energy. He wasn't even trying to defend. Stroll's in. Okay, so Stroll come in and Sainz stays out.
Maybe that was a...
Yeah, that is do the opposite of what your opponent is moment, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Stroll went on to the hard tyres as well. Whilst Max technically up to P6 at the moment, and knowing his luck, there'll be a safety car in a minute, and then they'll all be bunched up, and then he'll be in the lead.
Yeah, oh, damn it. Also, Sargent up to P14. And obviously I know he pitted. Why? Did he start in the hard tyres? Not pitted, is he?
I didn't see, I'm afraid.
Not sure. It's sad to see though as the McLaren boys.
Yeah, I was just seeing that. And the Haas guys are falling back as well. It's like the Haas has no race pace, and McLaren has no luck.
That's about right.
Mm. So that is Gasly in the pits. I like the fact they've got all these light up bracelets and all that when the tyres go on properly. I like that. Lewis complained about the tyres, he should just set a personal best. It's always the way though, isn't it?
Always way.
Well, with all of the chatter of everyone saying that hard tyres are terrible, they're all going to the hard tyres. I would definitely be thinking double medium soft at this point. Because Leclerc's proving he's done 15 laps on the softs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy. That's 20, and not even that, 18, and like 15 or something like that. That's easy for the medium soft.
Yeah. That's why it's so confusing. Like, the strategy, why most of them are going on hards, just doesn't make sense. Maybe the hards are the new mediums, I don't know.
Hard tyres.
Maybe they're just trying to, I guess, go on the same tyres, like everyone on the same tyres. I don't know.
I think it was Mexico last year we saw Max go for an absolutely mega long stint on the mediums, and everyone else had to use the hard tyres, and we were like, no way you can do like 40 laps on the mediums. I think that's what him, Perez, Alonso and Russell were going to do here.
Essentially.
Well, that was lucky for Sainz. He's come out ahead of Stroll. How has he done that? He's come out nearly 2 seconds ahead of Stroll, but he was behind him. Obviously, that Ferrari's got a lot of pace on the hard tyre.
Well, there was traffic, maybe. But Stroll did pit before him.
It's possible. I read that yet to pit as Yeti Pitty.
Yeti pit.
Oh, we're doing that thing again with Leclerc and Max with the DRS. That. Oh, I was doing that all during our co-op career. I was literally letting them get ahead of me into the last corner. I'm like, nope, I'll have that place back down the main straight.
I'll have it. What tyres are I putting on now? I don't care. I wanted to see what Leclerc was going on. Not Ocon. Oh. He jumped Stroll as well. Leclerc jumped Stroll as well.
That's surprising. Aston Martin pit stops.
Damn.
Did he have a sticking tyre or something like that? That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe, or, I don't know, because I didn't really see who pitted around. Yellow flag?
That looks like Stroll's had a spin or something. He's dropping down the timesheets. Stopped on track. If that is a safety car, that's going to ruin Alonso's race. Because he won't be able to take his time penalty.
What's happened here then?
If that is a safety car, that is like the best thing in the world for Max fans. I think
what's going on with his car then?
Honestly, if this is a safety car, I think we're on for a Max win.
Potentially. Safety car. Safety car, safety car.
I'll bet Leclerc is absolutely... Oh! I think Stroll's brakes are on fire. And there's one very over-eager Marshall spraying the front tyre. He's spraying the tyre, not the duct. The tyre.
Yeah, it looks like he sprayed the whole front end of their car.
He's just being thorough.
Might as well do the whole colour as I'm here.
I just had... He's still going!
So, stopped like on the escape road bit there.
Sorry?
It seems very like he could have just kind of stopped on the escape bit,
Yeah.
but then Stroll's just gone. No, we'll just park it in here. Just park it in the smallest gap. Both Williams in the points. Well, they were until Albon pitted. I'm actually really impressed with Williams' pace at the moment over the first two races.
It's been quite good.
Yeah, quite consistent compared to like McLaren and stuff.
Yeah. It has been quite good. I mean, the race pace is there.
Perez is in.
Yeah.
He's probably like, yes.
Yeah. Can Alonso serve his 5-second penalty under the safety car? I don't think he can.
Perez was he on mediums? Or softs?
Oh, he can.
Red or yellow. Oh, he can serve his penalty now.
That's good. I didn't think he could. Okay, that's cool.
Hopefully they done it right. Who's that? That is George.
Yeah. So that puts Max up to 4th.
Oh,
I know, right?
really?
We want a different winner! Matty from P1 or W2F1, however you know him, is going to be ecstatic about now, isn't he?
Well, it's probably like... Because didn't Leclerc come in?
1 lap before the safety car.
Yeah.
So that's benefited Perez, Alonso to some extent, Russell, Verstappen, and Hamilton, as far as I could really tell. Oh, come on! That was mostly off the track.
I was gonna say, like, why is that a safety car when it's basically by the tractors? I guess, do they have to move it away from the tractors in case another incident was to happen there?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Maybe that's why then. Waiting for it to not be on fire.
Yeah, I agree. Mark Reynolds just said we didn't need a safety car. We didn't.
Yeah, I think it was very much out of the way. Maybe they just needed to push it a little bit further in.
They didn't even... Yeah, they could literally reach the front suspension and pull the damn thing. We had in Bahrain, when we had a car off the track, it was Leclerc, and they put marshals on the track, and they didn't throw a safety car. It was a VSC.
And I think you are right there, Pedro. Matt is a Ferrari and Leclerc fan, and yes. Tom is like Verstappen, Alonso, someone else. I can't remember.
Yeah. Even Stevie says, in his opinion, it could have been a VSC.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. Don't think it needs to be a full safety car for that.
No.
I would have expected a full safety car, like the car is on track, or it's like nearly on track, not like basically in the escape road.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically in the crowd. So at that point when it's that far out.
Well, that is a bit nuts, that one.
Wondering if one things.
So, right, what tyres did Hamilton go for? Hopefully he went on to mediums, because otherwise it's just
But
going
it's
to be
slightly
nuts.
annoying that they don't show us.
Yeah, I
Like,
think they're waiting for it
on
all
the
to sort out.
graphics.
Yeah. Stevie said,
Another McLaren.
yeah,
Pitted.
yeah, I think that one was Norris. Do you feel like Verstappen could win it now? Yeah, I think most of the world do on this one. I mean, if he wins this from 15th, it's yet another position he's won a race from. He's just trying to close out, you know, all 20 at this point.
No, apparently pitting again then.
But from the Red Bull perspective, if it ends up Perez Verstappen 1-2, are we going to see team orders? And you know exactly what I'm thinking here.
I would not like to see team orders. I'd like to see a proper race. But you know Red Bull will always like to try and favour Max. Because Christian Horner, whenever he has a chance, mention Max.
Yeah. Cass said, Hawkeye, quickly, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Another communication oopsie by Ferrari. What did they do? I missed that.
I think they just said that Hamilton pitted. And obviously he pitted a couple of laps before. So technically Hamilton got a jump on him.
Stevie says, don't think they will do a multi-21 again. Do you know that one, Sarah?
What? Say that again, sorry?
Stevie says he doesn't think Red Bull will do a multi-21 again. Do you know that one?
Vaguely, remind me. Just
Malaysia, I think 2012 or 2013. Don't quote me on the exact year. But it was the strategy team called a multi-21. I mean, car 2 followed by car 1. And if they said multi-12, it was car 1 followed by car 2. And they basically called Webber stay out in front of Vettel. And then Vettel overtook anyway. Yeah. Two Alpines together, that always ends in tears. Ooh, okay. Sainz trying to warm up his tyres. Alright, so what tyres is Hamilton on? That's what I do want to know.
Yeah, I want to know. They showed the graphics.
Perez is gone.
I've liked it. I've gone.
Yep. And Max is right on the back of Russell. Okay, Lewis is on mediums, I've been reliably told, by 2 people, so thank you very much.
Yeah, he's in the meetings.
Any memes for the race?
All the front runners went to hards.
Yep. Any memes for the race, please feel free to send them to Twitter and tag us in F1RST. Now, Perez is gone, he's nearly 2 seconds ahead. Look at that pace, we can't see the cars.
Yeah, all we can see is a little version of the cars.
Yeah. That was like a Sky Electrics from about 3 miles away. Okay, Max is going to dive bomb. Is Hamilton going to take signs? Neither. Hamilton's looking a lot more racy now. There we go. It's got him on the exit of turn 2. That's interesting.
Ferrari, what are you doing?
I rather think that the Aston Martin isn't switching on the hard tyres. He's just fallen so far back.
Not from Perez, yeah.
He's nearly 3 seconds behind him after 1 lap. That or Perez has been told you've got Verstappen only 3 places behind you. So did Sainz outbrake himself? Yes, he did. Yeah. The simple cutback.
Yeah, switcheroo.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was literally waiting for it. I know what we should do for the next race. We should do a race bingo. We all pick 5 things.
Yeah.
We pick 5 things. We've got to get all the way across, and whoever picks the correct 5 things wins.
Sounds good. When is the next race after this one?
2 weeks Australia. 6 in the morning.
Oh. Ew.
Well, I'll be up. I'll be doing the race watch along, but I won't be there for qualifying. I'll actually be at work at that time.
When is it? When would the qualifying be? Like 4 AM?
6 a.m. again.
Oh.
Same time.
We've had our first meme come in from Pedro
Wait.
of St. Columbia. Let's do a quick.
Alonso's enjoying the hard tyre. Interesting. I'm surprised we haven't seen Max get past Russell yet, but now DRS is enabled. I think we will see it.
So apparently the FIA said from the initial camera angles available, the exact position of the stopped car, Stroll, was unclear, and therefore safety car was deployed as the safest option.
Sure. Okay, Max has passed Russell quite easily.
I think if anything, it's a P3 for Alonso. If not, maybe P4, I don't know.
Well, I wondered how long it would be before they bring up Singapore 2008. It's not something you hear too often these days. So Verstappen is about to be P2.
After half the race.
He did say he'd be up to about P2 in about 25 laps. It's nuts.
Yes.
Alonso, yeah, he's not even going to fight it. It's no point. So, I'm going to call it now. It's a Max win. From P15.
Yep. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to agree with you. It's interesting to see how different drivers take a different line throughout the bank corner at the beginning of Sector 2. The left-hander where Stroll retired. Good morning, Accident Prone. How are you? How are you, Abe?
Hey, Stevie does say it is incredible from P15. It
Yeah.
really is.
Well, he can spin and still win a race. Apparently, yeah. Pedro said that he won from P14 in Spa last year.
Hungry.
Oh, Hungary. I thought it was Spa. Max takes a higher line, whilst Alonso took it narrower. I know nothing about F1, but I'm here. Oh, no worries, Saxon Pro.
Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you. And
One for P14 at Spa.
if we can help you out of anything, like if you wanted to know anything about it, then we're both more than happy to talked about it.
Was it
We could
P12
probably
at
talk for
Hungary?
ages.
Was it P12 at Hungary? Am I getting two of them mixed up?
I think, I'm not sure. Wasn't it Hungary that he spun and...
Yeah, Hungary where he spun P14 from Spark. That's what it was. Oh, I thought I saw Max hit the wall there. Just the angle of it.
Yeah, that last corner.
Stevie is curious if Perez can keep him behind. Honestly, I think there'll be driver's orders here. Perez will be told to move out of the way. If that is the case, that is really sad. You know, for the sport. I've just noticed it's more or less in team blocks at the moment. Stroll would have been there or thereabouts, but it's Red Bull, 2, and then there's lone Aston Martin, 2 Mercedes, 2 Ferrari, 2 Alpine, okay, and then De Vries has mucked it up, but then you've got 2 Haas, 2 Williams, and you do have the 2 McLarens together as well.
You do.
Stevie says it's only the second race, so he doesn't think there'll be team orders. We'll see, as the Albon makes up his own track. But I think Sargent's going to get him. He has. Has Albon got a problem? Because I think he is letting everyone through now.
Eventually.
That's... Okay, Albon's definitely... Yeah, he's like missing pace. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
He has a problem.
Okay, yeah, depending on where this goes, we might have another safety car.
Eventually. He's going to try and get it back into the pits, isn't he?
I hope so.
I mean, I think that's what he's trying to do. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate you.
Oh, no brakes for Albon, yeah. Thank you, Stevie.
Abe says, I'm more interested in the physics of F1 and the physics of driving in general. It's really interesting to hear. Like, I know a little bit, but I guess my specialty is probably like the psychology side.
Well, if anyone...
Some bits and bobs of...
I was going to say, if anyone has any questions on the psychology sporting side, ask Sarah, and I'll do my best to try on the physical and the mechanical side.
Yeah. Like,
between us, we've got a good coverage. So, from a psychological side, how would you reckon Russell is feeling right now? He's got his vastly experienced teammate and 7-time world champion behind him and closing in on softer tyres.
I think he'll be feeling a little bit, I guess, I'm not sure, because did he start on the mediums? Did Russell start on the mediums? He did, right?
He did, yes. So they've switched.
Yeah, complete swap. So he's probably like, God's sake. There's a safety car, I'm on the slower tyre, he's going to close up, he's going to take my spot. So I guess, I don't know what the right emotion is to describe that. Probably a little bit frustrated.
Will Russell be "you shall not pass" to Hamilton? That's my question.
Nice mashup. Thanks. commentator dream team. Oh, that's very sweet, Pedro.
We try our best.
We try our best. When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Okay, so Russell didn't know about Alonso serving the penalty at the stop. Stevie says, is Hamilton going to be able to finish the race on these tyres? He's not sure. I would agree with you. I don't think he...
I think he'd pit again, probably.
Martin Whitmarsh. I forgot about him. Sorry, he's a bit of a political figure in the paddock. Sorry. I forgot he was at Aston.
Thanks.
Well, I'd say Russell didn't know that Alonso served the penalty because no one had told him.
Well, they need to tell him though because
Well, if
not
he's
really close enough to him.
well, if he was thinking that Alonso was getting a 5-second penalty, he has to say within 5 seconds. Yes, he needed to know.
True. True.
If anyone comes across any more memes, please feel free to tag us with exclamation point
Yeah.
F1 RSD first.
And if anyone has any ideas of what we can add to the Twitter or add to anything that we're currently doing, then happy
Yep.
to take any suggestions or anything you want us to do.
Ooh, okay. Sargent versus Hulk. This is for P12. And between them, they have the same amount of podiums.
Yes.
Do you know, I'm a little bit surprised that we do not have Max closing in on Perez at all. I'm very surprised at that. It's a shame we have lost Albon because he was having a solid race, particularly in the Williams.
Yeah.
Bottas is still running last. I mean, it is not a good race for him. Cass thinks that Max is just biding his time. It's possible.
Alfa Romeo F1 team says that Max Verstappen is quite fast, as it turns out. Down the position for sure. That's not a meme and a half, I don't know what it is. I've just seen one. It's a, you know, the when someone's driving in a game and then they're listening to music. There's a TikTok saying Verstappen asked us to start in P50. And he's just going.
That's interesting. Stevie says he thinks Perez usually eats his tyres more than Max. I know from the days when he was at Sauber, Perez was by the team there. He was said to have a built-in traction control, and he never wore out his rear tyres. But the Red Bull is very much front tyre focused, so that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah. to the memes, Pedro. Just getting them off. Did you send me that one just now? I can see the one that you sent me.
Oh, the audio is completely out for the cars and what we're looking at on the feed. It sounded like Sargent was braking on the straight there. And going flat out through turn one.
Maybe that is the new strategy.
Do you know what? The one thing I didn't expect to see was both Mercedes ahead of both Ferraris.
And as Pedro says, drive to survive audio.
Yeah. Oh no, that would be sounds of a V10.
Oh yeah, true.
They did that in the first series, and I hit the roof with that one. And hello, Abe. Good to see you, buddy. And even Stevie says that was weird.
Yeah, in regards to what you said earlier, Axel Brown, it'd be good to maybe hear from you in regards to like the physics sides of these Formula One cars with the new regulations, if you wanted to.
It would be good to what? Sorry.
Good to get Abe's input with the physics side.
Yeah.
So that's what he's interested in with Formula One.
Yeah, anything you know and want to share, eh? Please do. I mean, obviously they are now more ground effect cars, which is all about accelerating the air under the car rather than over it. So the radical departure from many previous generations of F1 cars, but either way, they're still sodding quick. Oh, Petrus just said, was that a bit of carbon fibre coming out of Checo's car? No, we don't need to give Max any advantages. He'll get there anyway.
But both Ferraris only have the soft tyres.
Yeah. Well, it'd be fine if we have a late red flag, safety car or something, but it's not going to be much use otherwise.
Plan D destroys the car. We shall have a look for you, Cass. Did on Twitter, right?
Well, anything you want to know, Abe, and anyone, yeah, just ask. If we know, we'll share. Oh, and Cass said he's found a few memes and tagged us.
Yeah, I was just,
Sorry if I missed that.
I was just on it.
Oh. Oh, apparently he's tagged me. I'll have to find that.
Oh, okay. You'll have to do that.
When it comes to Twitter, I'm very crap with it.
He's now starting to make the charge on his teammate Sergio Perez. Right on board with Max.
I think I found it.
For any of the 18 drivers still going in your Sky Sports F1 view, we've got all the onboards.
Stephen tagged us in something earlier saying that mechanics working on Checo Perez. Mechanics are working on Perez's rear of the car. They're in a rush. Engine started 2 hour 20 to the start. So that was earlier this afternoon. Thank you, Stephen, for tagging us in there.
But it just wandered into the wall on the last lap. Well, that would cause a bit of a scrubbing of the tyres and the wheel rims as Valtteri Bottas now comes into pits.
Yeah, like Pogo said, the Red Bull has changed Verstappen's gearbox. They're now back to the one used in Bahrain, which incurs no penalties.
Gotta love good F1 memes.
Yeah, do. So it's just exploring the car, just make sure it's alright.
Hey, Gilios.
That one is a good one.
Apparently, Max is getting a weird noise at high speeds. Is that you're not in first? You're not in first. You're not in first.
Not in first.
The ghost of Christmas second place. I mean, Max would need to lose his rear wing at this point for Alonso to catch him. I wouldn't be too surprised if Alonso's just backed off a little bit, save the car, because he knows he's not going to catch the Red Bull. All he's got to do is stay ahead of Russell. I mean, famously, I think it was Jackie Stewart who said you want to win the B-Bow. Okay, so Max isn't happy. But I think it was Jackie Stewart that said you want to win an F1 race in the slowest time possible. So basically, yeah, go as fast as you can, but not stress the parts enough to cause a failure. Ooh. Red Bull didn't make that corner. That was Perez and Max.
Oh.
That was odd. That means they're both pushing quite damn hard then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I heard you giggle there. I know why.
I just saw I saw the meme that that Cass tagged us in. The one with the rookies.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
We've got introducing. Well, for some reason I can't save it, but I'm trying to save it. I'm just print scrolling it.
Yeah.
Basically, to describe it, it says introducing the F1 2023 rookies: Nick debris, which I said earlier, Midnight just went, what?
Wow. Yeah.
Oscar pastry, and he's got his face all over some pastry.
Right.
And Logan Sergeant, and he's a sergeant.
Of course. Right, Max is reporting a lot of problems apparently, but he's still going just as fast.
It's mad. There's not much to say these days. Max is fast.
Just seeing the grip from this Red Bull is unreal, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
on board with him after we playing the F122 as the Aston Martin from last year. This just looks like it is scale-electric. I mean, literally, it's rooted to the floor.
The team will be monitoring that. They know the issue from yesterday. They have the data from there. The team will have a much clearer idea what's going on. You're actually trying to do it the other way around. You're trying to build confidence.
I'm surprised if he's feeling problems with the drive shafts. He's up on the curbs. I know the curbs aren't aggressive here, but after what happened to Mick last year. But these curbs will put vibrations through those components. Still.
Yeah. Did you just log into the Twitter?
No, I've been in it the entire time.
Pedro must have logged in then. Because they just said there was an attempt to log into your account on 19th Mar 2023.
Wasn't me.
Oh, it's Portugal. It's Pedro. It's Pedro. So good. At least I know it's him. Thinking like, I don't think there's anybody else I've given it to. Max is still having an issue.
He's still having an issue and he's closing on Perez. So, to me, it's kind of like Hamilton complaining about his tyres. Just ignore it until you see fireballs.
Fireball.
So, okay, we might be getting an answer to whether Hamilton is going to go to the end or not, because 10 laps ago and he still hasn't pitted.
Mm. Oh, sorry, Pedro, I didn't see it. Me so this on my dashboard at the moment. So I haven't been able to see it.
I'm still surprised we haven't. Ferrari are behind Mercedes, given well-advertised problems.
Aw.
And we have both Haas right on the back of Tsunoda, so we might get a Haas point if Tsunoda and his AlphaTauri falls into their clutches.
Potentially. Bottas is having a nightmare of a race, yeah.
Yeah, he really is. And Tsunoda is
It's not
driving
soft.
well. But he's only a second and a half ahead of Magnussen. And if he gets anywhere near you, he will have a go. But Norris and Piastri, though, I mean, jeez. I mean, Piastri was unlucky in turn 1, turn 2. But have they made any sort of comeback through the race? Not even slightly, have they?
No, not really.
Lewis Hamilton with a century of wins, of course, 103 in his career. Fernando Alonso on the verge of a century of podiums. On 99 going into this race, he makes it to 100. He matches Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel, whose seat, of course, he took at Aston Martin for this season, Alan Prost, and Kimi Raikkonen becoming the sixth driver to get 100 podiums in Formula One.
It is really sad to see them proud like that. Yeah.
Just that. Although Logan Sargent should have likely be somewhere near 100 podiums. It's only his second race, and at the moment he's
Shred.
on to 14th place with Nick De Vries right behind him, Lando Norris right behind him, Oscar Piastri right behind him. DRS is being used by the two McLarens to bring them ever closer. Zach Brown, who cut a very forlorn figure leaving Bahrain a couple of weeks ago, I don't think he's going to be smiling much after this one tonight as well. Norris 16th, Piastri 17th, not where McLaren thought they would be. As Logan Sargent under pressure from Nick De Vries going into the hairpin.
Ooh, that was a move, wasn't it?
And I dare say here,
Mm.
Lando Norris
But will that be classified as legal? Because he kind of pushed him wide, he surprised him.
Sargent has got DRS to help him defend.
Yeah, might help out Norris.
Can't do that. He stays in 16th place. De Vries
Uh,
14th.
ooh.
DRS, but the McLaren's obviously horribly draggy, isn't it? Because it lost out in the drag race. De Vries managed to get through.
Okay, target 32.6 plus 0.4. Is Mike doing the same?
Cass says he sent 2 more.
32.6. Okay, so why you take me then?
No more.
Target plus
I'm on my way. Help is on the way, dear. Help is on the way.
He's feeling suspicious there, isn't he? Why did somebody slow down then? He's doing 32.6.
But do they mean when they say plus 4.4, they mean a 32.2? So like go faster than a 33.6? Because that's exactly what he just did, a 133.2.
And then he got a +4. I mean, he's got enough space now, hasn't he? Even if Max takes 4/10 out of it.
Oh.
Sergio has got it covered. He's driven beautifully. Absolutely beautifully.
Mika Hakkinen drove some beautiful cars, didn't he, for McLaren, winning World Championship.
Mika Hakkinen does look a bit weird with a goatee.
Let me try and
As it stands for Lando Norris or for Oscar Piastri, he's getting a bit of a battering as he goes over the curve there
get them over to midnight somehow.
to Baku. And there will be updates coming to this McLaren car, and then further updates later on in the season, maybe by about Barcelona time, as they hope to propel themselves up the order a little bit. Here comes Lando Norris though, behind Logan Sargent. He's got DRS, it's not helping him, just keeping him in touch.
Cracking battle, but it is for 15th, 16th, and 17th, sadly. But good to see.
It's pretty much
I'm trying to find what's the print screen thing. There it is.
Tsunoda.
Sorry for that, really news. So we're pushing now. You're free to push. Free to push.
What did I do, Pedro?
Max will push,
Good,
so
good.
he needs to drive it hard to the end. No, he's got him covered. Yeah. He's got him covered very well.
What's he doing?
Sergio was like, look, I'm in the lead here. I'd like to stay in the lead. It's good for the team. You know, we can get a 1-2. It'll all be really nice. I'll be leading the championship. But Red Bull, I think rightly saying, no, race there.
What do you do something on the computer? Ah.
Lost his lap back as well, hasn't he? So he's got the World Championship point for that at the moment.
Him.
And that's,
Oh, I've stopped a bit now.
if it stays Perez over Verstappen, will decide victories after this race. Verstappen, who once upon a time had number 33 on his car, has actually led the World Championship for 33 races now. He's trying to make it 34 tonight. Perez trying to make it what?
And Max won't get that 16 in 21 victories though, will he?
No, which he's done 15 out of 20. No driver's ever done 16 out of 21. Max matching Michael Schumacher, who won 15 out of 20 once upon a time. But as it stands at the moment, the 16 out of 21 record is not going to go his way. He'll have to start again. I'm sure he'll be quite happy to start again.
No. But even with the DRS over there.
Lando can't overtake Sargent even with DRS. Yeah, that McLaren in a straight line is not very good.
On board with your race leader, Sergio Perez, 132.2 on the previous lap, a 132.8 for Max Verstappen. So he built up a bit more of a gap.
Can you see any damage in the car? Stand by, maybe that. Stand by. There's something is not right. I mean, there's not sliding at all.
So Perez is now going into hypochondriac mode as well.
They thought he cleared something out of his radiator when he came into the pits to put on those soft tyres a few laps ago. It's certainly not helped his pace. And even those soft tyres, he's very much adrift. But that battle between De Vries, Sargent, Norris,
Apparently Bottas is complaining about the car as well and he might want to retire. Yeah, I probably would if I was in 18th place.
which, for the neutrals, Martin, who want to see a battle in the championship. Perez win tonight is no
Yeah, there's an element where it's like, why don't you just save the car?
Yeah. Well, for 5 laps, it can't be that much wear, can it?
on the grid with his drive shaft rumba. This
You
is the
think?
final World Championship.
Okay, so K-Mag is on the back of Sonoda now. This is for a point.
Boop,
I
boop.
kind of want to see Haas get a point.
place. To try and put a smile on his team boss, Franz Tost face, who said,
Oh, McLaren's!
wheel to wheel here. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris
Don't come together now, boys.
Piastri, but getting aggressive. Piastri getting some experience, and now the run wheel to wheel in Formula One.
Yeah, there's only Bottas behind them, but this would be quite a statement if Piastri can wiggle his way through there past Lando Norris. But what McLaren can't afford is a third broken front wing this evening.
This is how Piastri got ahead initially of Lando Norris. Nice and smooth down the inside. Norris thought, well,
But then obviously Norris come back against Piastri with the DRS. Oh, that makes...
turn one, but then he gets
Okay, that's how that happened then.
the second corner. Piastri will use that as a learning experience, I'm sure.
We are not concerned about that at the moment.
What's Max saying?
He wants the fastest lap.
Magnussen's got ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, but Tsunoda's
You gotta get it, Max. That's how that works.
yes, he is.
It is.
Magnussen going to try down the inside. Yes, he is. Are they both going to lock up? Yes, they do. Kevin Magnussen, is he going to hold on to
K-Mag's got it!
only just? Kevin Magnussen, it took him a few goes, but there
Just
you are.
about,
There is
just
the
about.
championship points currently, but it ain't over yet, folks.
No, it isn't. Tsunoda will have DRS now, won't he? And you'd have to say he ought to be able to, with a good chance of using some of that. But Magnussen is really charging away, having got the move done. And Verstappen is like, look, it might not be important to you, the team. It is important to me.
And that's the moment where he saw Magnussen coming.
What's Sonoda moaning about?
Older
But being passed by K-Mag.
tires than Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh.
Away now. Let's go back to Perez Verstappen. The fastest lap doesn't concern us at the moment, but you can understand why Verstappen is concerned about it and would want that extra point.
Well, it's a net 2 points, isn't it, for him? It's one Perez won't get and one he would get, and vice versa.
I'd like, I'm sure, to still be leading the World Championship. The man who came into this race off the back of a couple of consecutive victories from pole. Couldn't get pole because of that drive shaft failure in qualifying last night, but has made his way up from 15th on the grid to finish second as it stands currently.
At some point, Castle will get the memes sent over to Luke.
Low on the grid, he finished up on the podium.
This is quite a statement from Sergio.
You have to show me how to find them, because I just don't understand Twitter.
It really doesn't look much like a street circuit, is it? But imagine, you know,
Oh, teacher. Oh, teacher.
Please do.
victory in challenging conditions in Singapore. But I find this fascinating that Perez
What
had
the-
an answer
Sign up
from
for
the
a
start. More than happy.
Pinterest account.
Blasted away at the time from Fernando Alonso, who was the second place man. Back to Sargent, Norris, Piastri in that order, 15th, 16th, and 17th. You can still watch that on our Battle channel. Sergio Perez on the verge of leading a world championship, the only time a Mexican driver has ever led.
Isn't it any secret?
Rodriguez on the opening race back in 1967. You would mean a lot to Sergio Perez, even at this stage of the season.
So there could be a possible 5-second penalty for Alonso end of the race. Gap 4.5.
A possible 5-second penalty for Alonso at the end of the race?
No
What?
indication on our screens.
I don't know.
Messages from race control as to what that
What's he
might
done?
be. Correct channel, down to you. Correct channel, come on in.
What me doing? It won't make a difference though. Yeah, true, but it's...
Well, it might if he's 5 seconds ahead of Russell or not.
Oh, yeah, Well, he's a good.
I don't think the message has got through.
Anything I can think of on
Oh yeah, true. If it's 5 seconds, and Russell will get him.
touch the car, the rear jack,
It's close.
the jack didn't lift the car up. Don't be allowed to do that. And I didn't know
He's gotta push.
before
Certainly the front jack was very, very close.
It's a good job for the rookies this year, but that is fair. That is fair. De Vries, Sargent, and Piastri. They've all made it to the end of a very tricky race.
Yeah, Sargent is like doing quite well. Quite impressed by like his. I guess willing to get in battles and stuff.
and they're in the 33s at the moment in these closing phases. He knows Verstappen will be going for it with a half a chance on the last lap. But yeah, so that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, for a second, Pedro, I was looking at the gap between Perez and Alonso. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Got 16 like seconds on him. Wrong gap.
If they did touch the car, that's not serving a penalty correctly. Which Esteban Ocon got in Bahrain, and that wasn't a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. For the next race, I will show Midnight the win.
So currently Russell is 4.3 behind. Be nice to have 5 seconds.
I will show you the win.
We think we're all clean.
Okay, so there's definitely some conversation going on. But you're right, when they didn't serve the penalty correctly in Bahrain, Alpine, they got a much bigger penalty, didn't they? But there is no doubt about it, the jacks, or certainly the rear jack, was touching the car way before.
Piastri has jumped Norris again.
He has. And they're talking about Alonso and mechanics touching the cars and whatnot. Like during the time period when they're not allowed to physically touch the cars. So
Really?
yeah. Have to wait and see. Final lap.
Waiting with checkered flag in hand at the end of this final lap to bring home a victory on another street circuit. And
Is he getting a penalty or not? I'm pushing like a madman at the moment. Just keep pushing like a madman.
Russell saying.
Is it Russell saying he's pushing like a madman?
as is Fernando Alonso. And in front, Perez doesn't need to push
Because he wants to know if he's getting a penalty or not.
pushing Martin, because he knows that the
True.
behind him could nick that championship lead at the end of this lap if he gets the fastest lap.
Keeping an eye on
So the only thing he can do is
is 7 seconds behind.
try and keep that gap to Alonso quite small. So if there's a penalty,
Hmm.
he'll get someone out of it.
Yeah. Oh, and Max is pushing for the fastest lap.
But I don't think, even if he can't get the championship lead, it is going to take the shine off his performance tonight. He's been exemplary from start to finish, survived the safety car restart as well.
Well, he would.
Between himself and Fernando Alonso, who was second at the time, has kept his teammate Max Verstappen very much at bay too. Sergio Perez on course to win from pole.
And it's a solid middle sector. It's not spectacular, but it's fast enough given the first sector he's already put in.
So I love that. So Max, like Hamilton, you can't trust them. And there's a problem with the car. No, there isn't.
Max Verstappen in second place. He sees the checkered flag in his victory.
Go on, Perez. I'm actually happy that Perez won.
Same.
Just a good race from him.
Yeah, I mean, absolute kudos to Perez there.
And as it stands, Alonso has got a 5-second gap. So if it's a 5-second penalty that he's getting, then he'll be fine. If it's 10, obviously he'll get swamped.
Yeah, if it's 10, we're stuffed.
He did drop out of the 5-second zone.
As it stands, Fernando Alonso on the 17th anniversary of his 20
Piastri also jumped Sargent.
now sealed his 100th podium in Formula One. A centurion
Obviously Norris still with that McLaren's just not.
in Formula One history. The podium places occupied by the same three drivers as they were in the season opener. Perez, Verstappen and Alonso. Behind them, Russell and Hamilton. A much more impressive showing tonight from the Mercedes duo. 4th and 5th, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc 6th and 7th. Ocon, Gasly and Magnussen completing the top 10. Then comes Tsunoda and Hulkenberg, Joe and De Vries. Piastri though, Sargent, Norris
It's good to see them scrapping still.
Why wasn't the Ferraris? The Ferraris just weren't here this race, were they? Really?
Not even slightly, I'm afraid.
Matt from P1 is gonna be happy. Not very.
I've just
On
put the link.
podium.
I was going to say, I've just put the link up to Driver of the Day if anybody wants to vote.
Cute.
Stevie says he's incredible pass through pit in that one. Stevie's very happy with Piastri after his lap 1 pit. Quite frankly, yeah, he's done well.
Lead the World Championship due to that fastest lap going to Verstappen. Piastri overtook Sargent somewhere on the last lap as well.
Yeah, he did quite well.
Who am I putting for my Driver of the Day?
As you say,
So great recovery, well done.
not bad that. That's yeah, good result for the whole team.
Great recovery, Max. That was a really good drive. Fastest lap at the end, 31.9. 1-2 finish.
Verstappen did get the fastest lap.
Great points today.
And Driver of the Day?
Driving.
That is 3 1-2 finishes in
I could tell you.
for the Red Bull team. And for those fans there, their man
Who do I vote for? Raymond?
Sergio Perez.
Hmm.
A couple of second places can pull his Red Bull car into the spot on the grid reserved for numero uno.
Max gone in the pit lane there. Nothing to the grid.
Gonna have to do a jet spot from Monaco and run
I think he's gone to the wrong place. That was clever.
the celebrations. Perez gets the chance to stand atop his car as a Grand Prix winner for the 5th time in his career. The first
Was that
time
Max
since
just being a?
last season.
I'm not fast. I don't want to beat it.
It could be.
Sergio Perez.
Is this Max throwing a hissy fit? Exposed. He's going to Christian Horner going, I didn't win! No, it's not the case. It's really not the case.
I don't know who to vote for.
After qualifying yesterday, but no doubting once again.
Who do I vote for?
That car is the class of the field. Former number 1 mechanic, Mikey from Aston Martin. It's the class of the field, and there's nothing out there to stop it.
I voted.
No, 7 drivers of the 18 still running did their fastest laps on the final lap. Now I always think
I'm so happy to see Perez being able to celebrate because he deserves that win. He really does.
Yeah, he does.
And he said Piastri.
Yeah, I was like, I wondered who you're gonna say. You're like, Perez.
Tripping over my own words.
Obviously thinks second place for his son is not
Alright, it's not.
well that still think of the championship. But when you've got, as we had with Mercedes, back in the start of this turbo hybrid era, when you've got a car, Martin, that is that much faster than the rest, you need 2 teammates to be battling to give us a show.
I mean, on the face of it, you look at Merck, 25 and 31 seconds behind, but the safety car continued that up, didn't it?
Could have been a lot more. David Coulthard's smiling, got a microphone in his hand. He's waiting for Sergio Perez to take off his crash helmet and for the 5th time in Formula 1, face the cameras as a Grand Prix winner.
He does, yeah. I was gonna say that.
Sergio Perez, your 5th win in Formula 1, again keeping his amazing record on street circuits. How was a tough one in the end?
Yeah, it turned out to be tougher than expected. That safety car, we really did the job in the first stint, but that safety car again.
It's only his 5th win.
3 out of us.
4th for Red Bull.
Not this time. I was on the victory last year, so finally I got it. And the team did a fantastic job, man. I mean, the job they've done, they worked so hard during the weekend. We had
I think Red Bull came at a time
and these guys have been on top of that.
for Perez that he really needed it.
Celebrate
Absolutely.
for a brief moment
But
before the end.
Well, ironically, he would have been in that Aston Martin this year, wouldn't he? Last year and this year,
Potentially.
if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Stroll wanting Vettel and all that,
Exactly. So
and then Alonso.
keep pushing hard, and the important thing, I think, we
Mm.
got the fastest car out there today, so I'm very pleased with that.
Okay, so just one brief mention of the start. You didn't seem to get off the line as clean as Fernando. We know he got a penalty for being slightly out of position, but what was going on there?
Yeah, I think there is some work to do. We've changed a bit the procedure from our side, so I think we need to do some work to get better starts in the future.
Well, we can see from the sweat on your brow, you worked for that one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Perez. Well done.
Well done, Jacko.
Yeah, it looks like now we have our third place finisher. A brilliant start to the 2023 campaign for Fernando Alonso and your 100th podium finish.
Yeah, what a start of the season. I mean, yeah, probably unthinkable 1 month ago when we launched the car, but yeah, these guys, they made a fantastic car, fantastic execution of the race in Bahrain and here as well with the strategy, and yeah, 2 podiums.
Now, we know you're not so experienced in Formula One, so you have to talk us through what you did with the position at the start of the race.
Yeah, I need to review. Obviously, I made a mistake, so yeah, when they told me 5 seconds penalty, I said, okay, I need to drive a little bit faster to make those 5 seconds. But yeah, I need to review.
You were very, very calm, that's for sure. We're seeing
So, is it definitely confirmed that there might be a penalty for
your name. This is a hard road.
Alonso?
I haven't heard.
But yeah, those guys, they give me power, and yeah, I push all
If anything, it'll probably be like later on tonight, and then it's like he's not third. He got dropped for so many stages.
And finally, our second place finisher, still leading the World Championship because of that big push at the end there. It's not been an easy weekend for you, but you must be satisfied to have come through in second.
Yeah, it wasn't very easy to get through the field. I mean, through the first sector, trying to follow in the beginning of the race was very difficult. A lot of sliding around. But once I cleared them one by one, we got into a good rhythm, and of course, yeah, very happy to be here on the podium.
There were some concerns there. We heard you talking about the drive shaft, the vibrations. That righted itself, or you had that right to the finish?
Yeah, right to the finish, but I mean, I was in second. We had a big gap behind, so at one point we decided to just, let's say, call it a day and just settle for second, which I think anyway was a very good recovery. You know, so happy with that.
You may have settled for second, but you didn't settle for not getting.
He
that
settled
point.
for second.
Yeah, I'm not even touching that one.
Okay, well, you're still leading the championship, Max. Congratulations. Thank you. And he is by points from his teammate Sergio Perez, with Fernando Alonso on 30 points. And Mercedes have moved level with Aston Martin on 38 points. Both a long way shy of Red Bull, 87 points after the first 2 races. Let's have a listen to the video.
It was a good race between Perez and Alonso in the opening stages, but
Yeah.
once that Red Bull got going, and particularly at the end, it was just nah. Alonso's just downed 1 drink and now 2 drinks. Have you seen what it says on the back? It says "boss" for him.
Oh yeah.
Having 2 drivers watching their battles straight after the race.
Oh, I mean, is that a sponsor or is that just his title?
I think that's a sponsor.
The top 3 places by the end.
It wasn't easy in the beginning with following the other cars through the first sector. There was so much
Is that
like the tailwind effect.
is that how much he sweated during that race?
Potentially, yeah.
You seen the 2 like things of green,
Yeah,
light green, and then all of his back is just dark green.
yeah. I mean, if that is all sweat, that is...
No wonder he had to down those 2 bottles. But yeah, he needs to hydrate.
Hydrate, Fernando, hydrate. Somebody redeem it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Max didn't even greet Checo or congratulate him yet.
Alonso sat under the P1. Oh dear.
He's lost a net 2 World Championship points.
That man in the other picture that just moved out into the centre was Jimmy. It was his 60th birthday.
Pedro said we should also hydrate. Already happened.
Tribute to on the radio at the end. Jimmy was 60 years old, long stalwart of the Silverstone team, and enjoying himself with these back-to-back podiums, I'm sure. And wasn't Ferrari's night, Martin Brundle? Mercedes a more improved showing.
Yeah, the Ferrari was nowhere on the hard compound tyres. And it's interesting, it seems Mercedes,
Even Brundle saying that the Ferrari was nowhere on hard compound tyres. I mean, it just wasn't.
despite what looked like a shocking start to the season, and everybody's chin
Was not
crying
no.
in the team, but they're pretty confident they can improve that car in the next few races.
So I think this season is looking like it's a Red Bull victory if it carries on the way it is, easily. And the only team that look like they're going to get near them are Mercedes. You know, consistently, because Aston Martin seems to be one driver in Alonso at the front, and Stroll not. Oh, hello.
It would be intrigued to see what went wrong with Stroll's car today.
I'll be back in a sec. I can't hear a thing. Levsius, thank you very much. And thank you for joining the F1 RST, the first podcast for
And as Lethal
Saudi Arabia.
Enforcer just said, Verstappen had a very good race, up 12 positions and taking fastest lap with drive of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max getting driver of the day is deserving.
I was gonna say, like usually when people fight through the fields, then it puts them in a good position, like to drive of the day, because they put the work into fighting between the fields. I sent you some over Twitter explaining why Mercedes said that Alonso could get a penalty. Looking. Yeah, still waiting to see if Alonso's getting an extra penalty. Yeah, we were discussing that as well regarding that.
There's
And,
two. Well, the original penalty was for being out of position on the grid, and there was talk of it being because the team touched the car during the time when you're not allowed to touch the car and work on the car during the serving the penalty.
This is why Mercedes told Russell that Alonso could get a penalty. Alonso shouldn't get a 5-second penalty, but even if he does, the gap wasn't enough by the end.
Depends if they go 5 or 10.
A 10-second time penalty, the driver must enter the pit lane, stop in his pit stop position for at least 10 seconds and rejoin the sprint session or the race. The home driver may, however, elect not to stop provided he carries out no further pit stop before the end of the sprint session or the race. In such cases, 10 seconds will be added to the lap. He didn't get a 10-second, he got a 5-second penalty.
Interesting.
Why has Mercedes said he had a 10 seconds? Because the bit you've sent me says a 10-second time penalty.
Maybe they were hoping for a 10-second time penalty, or that they are
Actually, in
hoping
both
for.
cases, the driver concerned must carry out the penalty the next time he enters the pit lane. And for the avoidance of doubt, this includes any stop the driver must take. The driver makes whilst a VSC or safety car procedure is in use. What are we saying that did he pit again?
No, not Alonso.
So he pitted under the safety car. So the bit is if he was allowed to pit under the safety car or not.
If anyone from...
Confusing.
Yeah, I agree with that. If anyone wants to vote for the real driver of the day, please feel free to click on the link below on mine and Sarah's.
I'm not sure if
Okay.
this was about the penalty he ended up serving first one. I have no idea. I just came out more confused.
That happens around here, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, he got a 5-second at the beginning of the race, and he may be getting an extra 5 for the team potentially working through the pit. Ah, that's not what that showed a minute ago when I was reading. That was regards to him getting a 10-second time penalty. I was like, no way did I see him get a 10-second. So that won't be it, probably announced for a couple of hours now. In regards to that.
Right, okay, they've just explained that
What?
the rear jack was probably touching the back of the Aston Martin when they weren't allowed to be touching the car. And last year, Ocon got a 10-second penalty. And we can blame Levitius for the safety car, because he said, this would be a great time for a safety car to help Max. 10 seconds later, Stroll ends up pulling off the track. Thank you for that, man. Thank you so
To
much.
be fair, we all knew there was going to be a safety car. Even before we started the podcast, we were like,
Yeah,
100% there's going to be
no, absolutely.
a safety car.
And Levitius says it was a 5 out of 10 race for him. We'll get to that. Because
Yeah.
race-wise,
We'll rate all the drivers in the race.
hopefully there's just a technical directive issued regarding the penalty for Alonso, because hopefully that is just one of those things. Don't do that again, because they're not actually causing any alteration to the car at all. I mean, it's like hovering over. It's like when you got a little brother or little
Yeah,
sister.
it's
It's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you, and they're like,
Yeah, like, and you're like,
Yeah.
that close.
yeah. It's like kind of like that, but in F1 terms. And yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
Levitius. Red Bull are just in another league. I mean, it's exactly the same as what happened with Mercedes in the beginning of the turbo era, or Red Bull
Yeah.
last time they were very quick.
Nevertheless, though, you cannot doubt the dominance once again of the Red Bulls, the safety car kind of masking what would have been even bigger dominance on the night. Yeah, no, great effort by Sergio Perez.
But I'm very happy that Perez has won this, and they didn't go down the route of team orders like multi 21 and all that sort of stuff, because that would have been bad for the sport. That would have been very bad for the sport.
Yeah.
Post the Rosewater. And that is 2 races done, and it does look ominous, doesn't it? For the rest of the teams on this grid, with Red Bull in that sort of form, with that
Right.
sort of gap.
Miss Hawkey, are you happy to move on to the breakdown?
Yeah.
And as a last little plug, I do urge that anyone who wants to vote for the driver of the day, please do. Links are available in the chats, or with exclamation point DOTD, driver of the day. So,
What, that one? Wait, that one. No, that one. Don't know where I'm pointing now. That's a poster, and that's some sort of like. I've got to find something to. No, I don't even know where I'm pointing now. That one, yeah. I've got to get rid of that one or replace it with something.
I've got
Don't know.
something you can replace it with, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Oh, the gamer at work one, yeah. I haven't found anything like to replace it with yet. It's just been there. It's been there for ages. You recognised it, right? Killing enemies, beating bosses, stealing cars. Sounds like, oh, the bottom one blowing stuff up. That's Midnight. That's not me. That's our GTA sessions.
Yeah, that happens. Right, shall we move on to the breakdown?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Hopefully I've done it right this time and it's not cut out like we did manage to do last time. Ice cream van's here. It's my GTA 3 business vehicle.
Quick, run!
I can hear it outside. No one's going to get that.
That's his business plan.
It is. Right. Hopefully this works. Oh, it's kind of worked. There we go. Just minor bit of alterations. There we go. That'll do. That works nicely. Perfect.
That'll do, donkey, that'll do.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Right, can you see that all right, Miss Hawkey?
Yep.
Fantastic. I don't know about you, but I don't think this is going to be a particularly difficult one.
Yeah, probably not.
So, it's in alphabetical order. Shall we just crack on through it? I've got the qualifying. If you could look up the actual...
Steve, has it been confirmed? Has it been confirmed?
Alonso.
Has it been confirmed? Yeah.
10-second penalty for Alonso. Ah,
No!
bastards.
Oh. Just after his podium as well.
It's always the way. It is always the way.
Wouldn't you rather know before the podium?
Yeah, this has happened
So you don't-
so
don't
many
step out and
times.
go, oh yeah.
That's really disappointing because this has happened so many times with Formula One, and they always let the driver go up for the podium, and then yeah.
So what we've learned is that don't even put a jack underneath the car. Like, just don't touch at all.
Basically,
That's silly though, because like you say, it's not actually doing anything. It's just
you could argue the
getting
gaining
ready
a
to do something.
yeah, you could argue they're gaining a performance advantage because they are literally. I mean, if you were to say, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but they are effectively touching the car when they've been told not to. It is a stupid late decision. And what does that drop into? Fourth or fifth? So it might be behind Lewis, if not even Sainz, if he was close enough. But sadly, it is. They did the same thing to Ocon last year. I can't remember which race it was, but it is consistent with what has happened previously, which is the annoying thing. The teams know this.
Little says fifth, I think. So
Fifth, so behind Lewis.
yeah, that would drop him behind both Mercs.
That is a shame. That is an absolute shame. Okay,
Oof.
with that in mind, I've got the qualifying up. Shall we
Would you
crack
like me
on?
to get the race?
Yeah, if you
But
could.
you got the qualifying, or do you need the race? Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
I should be able to do that. Give
Awesome.
me 1 second.
Yeah, and they definitely could have done it during the race. I agree with you there, Stevie. But I imagine they didn't because they were busy trying to work it out, or that someone has protested it, which will probably be Mercedes. I imagine it's probably Mercedes that have protested the
Of
original.
course, it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean they've gained from it, so why wouldn't it be them? Right, you ready?
Yes.
You sure? Was that a question?
Yeah.
Was that a question? Maybe.
Maybe.
So yeah. All right. So
I'm just trying to see where, because they haven't released the information yet. I'm just trying to see where it would bump everyone, like would bump anything else.
oh, I get you.
If,
Okay. Well, we'll crack on. We know a lot of the places anyway.
Yep.
Or if there's an unofficial link,
I got it.
you got it.
I did.
Right. I'm gonna start.
They all say that they're still running.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
not. They're finished.
And that is in case they change the positions like they have done today. I would imagine.
Well, we think.
Not that I'm unhappy about that. On that note, right. Okay, so right, I'm gonna start with Nicholas. Nicholas?
Nicholas.
I was thinking of Latifi, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Okay, at least I caught it. Okay, Nicholas Albon. His name is now Nicholas Albon. Alexander Albon. Alphabetically. So
doing quite well until
qualified
he crashed.
17th.
Yeah,
Where did he end up?
he was the second DNF.
He was,
So,
yeah, he had the break.
19th.
He was running higher than what I would imagine a Williams would be. Yes, I do miss Latifi. Yes, that's exactly it, Pedro.
100%.
So, I don't know. I think C-ish for Albon. I mean, he did fine. Did pretty well, actually, I think. But until the brakes cooked to themselves.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
No, I agree with you. He was doing quite well until his car just gave up on him. So,
Yeah.
and
Right.
he can't help that. So
Yeah. Right. Alonso.
that 10-second penalty isn't really his fault. Yes,
That
it's
one
his
isn't.
fault for the initial 5-second one.
Which-
He parked it a little bit wrong.
Yeah. But he did lead a lap.
He did lead that.
He didn't really fight when Max come through to him, though. So, I don't know. I'm feeling like it's a B grade because all the action that you had was lap 1, lap 2. And then it was just to the end, really. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously more than that. But what do you feel like it deserves an A for Alonso?
No.
No.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Place him in B?
I think. Yeah, I'd say B.
Well,
Because I think if an A would have, for me, would have been just a clean race.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, his mistake on the grid has caused them this pain, really.
15, yeah, like 15-second time penalty when you had to roll up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Was that one? Okay. Bottas, Mr.
But
Hmm?
with the Astons,
Sure.
they were running in front of the Mercedes all race until obviously Stroll
True.
car went ee.
True.
So it shows that the pace is there. He just needs to be a bit more careful next race.
Yeah. I mean, chances are he won't do that again. And yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have been an A if it wasn't for the penalty, which unfortunately is his
100%.
fault. Okay, next one. Valtteri Bottas.
He had a shocker of a race.
DRE. He qualified 14th.
Finished 18th.
Yeah, and that is with 2 non-finishers.
Yeah.
DRE. I wouldn't say it's an
Yeah.
F because he's not done anything stupid. He's just no pace.
Yeah, I agree. Either one, I'd be happy with. Let's put him with D for now. Let's not be too harsh.
I'm leaning towards an E, but I think B nice. He scraped into a D. I mean, there won't be any lower in the D grades than him, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Nick Debris, who qualified 18th.
Finished 14th.
It's not bad.
Not bad. 2 DNFs, so 2 positions. Gained.
About the same as Albon.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't see much of him. He was involved in a couple of little scraps, but at the end of the day, no points.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one looks like a Gasly,
Yeah, Gasly.
who qualified in 10th. I'd forgotten about that, actually.
Finished 9th.
Strong C, very strong C. Low B. He has
It
had.
gained that position with Stroll going out and it didn't move.
He gained 1 position, but he also lost 1 to Max, who was out of position. So you could argue, somewhere in there, he's gained 2 positions. One of them would have been Piastri.
Yeah. I mean, better than what he was doing last year, so I'd say a C.
Strong C.
Yeah.
Okay. Very strong C. Right, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, he did start from P9. That's what. Gasly did start from P9, so that's what it was because Leclerc's penalty. So, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, Hamilton, he qualified 8th, but would have started 7th thanks to Leclerc.
This is the difficult one. I don't know if he finishes 5th or 4th because Pedro or someone else said they don't know if he would have passed Hamilton. I don't know if the gap was that big.
I think he was within 10 seconds of Alonso.
Yeah, so it's unclear.
Should we go with the
So we'll see the
presumption?
official.
Should we go with the
Yeah.
presumption he finished 4th? I'm fairly sure Stevie said he was 5th, or someone said he was 5th. Personally, I'm agreeing with Pedro on this. He says a C or a low B.
Yeah, it didn't seem that hard when he was on the hards. It was any good for him. When he was on the mediums, he couldn't pass George, who was on the mediums. On the hards, sorry. So he couldn't pass his teammate who was on the slower tyre. So, yeah, I go with a C. Just nothing special, really.
Yeah, yeah, C, as far as I'm concerned.
I finished 5th because I believe he was 10.3 seconds behind Alonso.
Oh, okay, 10.3. Okay, I'd be fair. I don't think that really changes the outcome of his race. He didn't pass Russell. He was there or thereabouts, wasn't he? It's about the same as Gasly, really. So, okay. Moving on, really. Leclerc, who qualified 2nd, started 12th.
Finished 7th.
Did get screwed over by the safety car. Pitted 1 lap before it.
Disappointed in Ferrari.
Same.
This race. Just an average race.
I do think they were unlucky strategically, but at no point did they seem particularly faster than the Mercs anyway.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
I mean, yeah, they would have started right behind them on the restart, and yet they definitely didn't get in front of them. In fact, the Mercs pulled away after that. He come through the pack a little bit. He did come through from 12th to 7th. Through no fault of his own with the penalty. Low B, high C.
Yeah, I don't know where to put him. Wouldn't be too harsh.
Up 5 places, got screwed over by a safety car.
Not a bad day's work, really. So,
I don't know. I think he's squeaking into a
I'll
low
say-
B.
yeah. Aston Martin confirmed that Alonso finished 4th.
Okay, that's fair. It's a shame, but it's fair. Well,
So
not even
technically
fair.
he's still on 99 podiums. He went up to 100 for like 5
I've got 100. No, you don't. Well, you got to
Yeah,
celebrate
nope.
100. Okay, so Leclerc, what do you reckon? High C or low B? I'll let you take that one.
I'm not sure. If it's a B, I think he just literally just scrapes into a B.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one because he has made up 5 places and got screwed over by the safety car. So, executive on that one. Okay, K-Mag. He qualified 13th. Didn't he come home 10th?
Finished 10th, yeah.
I think that's a B. I think it's a very solid drive for a Haas.
Yeah. He still had a front wing after the first lap, so.
Which is, for him, that's already an A grade.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? 4th?
B.
B. Done. I think it's better
We were
than
saying
Leclerc.
that, yeah, we were saying about the Haas being a bit thingy, but it
Yeah.
managed to squeak in a point, so.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. Lando of Norris. Yeah, it's a bit of a eesh kind of one, isn't it?
He also did 42 laps on the hards. Jesus.
Oh, that explains why he had no pace at the end then. Why didn't he pit the safety car? That's weird.
Yeah.
Are McLaren just saving money on tyres now? Is that, no, you've only got one set for the race. That's
No,
it.
that's for K-Mag,
Okay. Oh, K-Mag. Really?
I think.
Well, either way, why didn't they pit under the safety car? That's odd. That's very odd. Maybe the hard tyres just weren't wearing at all, so they went, just stay out on them.
Just to help, yeah.
And it was
Pedro said
K-Mag.
probably a D for Lando. Qualified 19th, finished 17th. Got
Yeah.
beaten by his teammate.
I do think it is a D, but it's better than Bottas.
Yeah.
At least we saw some action from Norris, and he did actually participate in the race. So, D, move on.
Yeah, do you reckon he's really struggling with that car?
I reckon the car is just not up to the same spec as what they need. I don't know if they're struggling. I just don't think it's quick. I know that's a slightly weird distinction, but I would say the car's just not quick.
Sad.
Alrighty. So, okay, on that one, Oscar Piastri. No, not Oscar Piastri. I've jumped one. Ocon.
Did he qualify?
7th.
Finished 8th. But that's behind Charles Leclerc and Max.
So he
Strong now.
So he sort of gained one position. Well, no, he qualified
Kind of.
7th, started 6th. Then went back to 8th. So Max and Verstappen have come. He's basically finished where he started, relatively speaking. And Levitius and Alonso got a 10-second penalty, so he finished 4th. Sorry.
Down to no podiums.
Yeah. And Pedro, yeah, Ocon did lose 2 places, but it's relative to the faster cars coming through, so it's effectively
Yeah.
where he started. So, and even then, one of them was because of Leclerc getting a penalty. So,
Don't know where to put him really.
I think it's a C and move on.
Yeah.
Roundabout to Freeze and Albon, yeah, thereabouts. Right. Now this is where it might get divisive. Perez. I don't think it's an A
Yeah.
star.
I'd put an A maybe.
Yeah.
He had a clean race. He didn't have anything really worry about, I guess, in the end.
Yeah, he just had to get Max, who's been super quick. I mean, let's say it. I mean, Max is just erratically quick.
Pedro says, I think Ocon is just one of those drivers that you barely even notice during the race, apart from what happened in Bahrain.
True, very true. He sort of just suddenly appears on the radar, or when he crashes into a teammate, or Verstappen. So, okay. Perez, despite let's have a quick look. He has actually won the driver of the day vote, but also won the race. But I still don't think we can give him an A star, just because he didn't do. Once he got past Alonso, he didn't have to do that much. It was just lap quick. So I know it's obviously more than that, but nothing spectacular, was it?
Nah.
Alrighty then. Piastri, who qualified 9th, got his front wing knocked off on lap 1 with a collision with one of the Alpines. I think it was an Alpine
15th.
anyway. And then, yeah,
Finished 15th. In front of Sargent and Norris and Bottas. So,
yeah. He pitted lap 1 for the hards and went to the end. So we did 49 laps on the hards. Why didn't we see any of these graphics during the races? Was I just not looking?
Jesus Christ.
Sure. Why didn't they pit during the safety car? That just seems odd to
What the
me.
hell?
Seems like really odd choices, like with K-Mag doing 42 laps and whatnot. Maybe the hard tyres just weren't wearing and the mediums... Oh, anyway, the teams decided to go that way. Piastri, what do you feel on grades?
I was just kind of put him in D.
I was thinking it.
It's not a low C. Because he's a rookie. I'm not sure. He beat his teammate.
He did.
And he beat Sargent, obviously another rookie.
Squeak into the
But
C.
it's that McLaren, isn't it? You can't
Yeah.
really.
Squeak into a C because he's a rookie. First time.
That's just being us too kind.
Is that too kind? Yeah. Should we put him with Norris? They both had a bit of a bad weekend.
Yeah, well,
Other than... Well, Piastri did
Aaron
great in
didn't.
qualifying.
alright, we'll put a C in. Give him benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
first.
Based on qualifying and the fact his race was ruined on lap 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Carlos Sainz then, who qualified 5th.
Ended up 6th.
And that would have been generally because Verstappen came through. So again, he would have...
C. This is my like average. Like it wasn't a horrible result, but just nothing special really.
Yeah, not all weekend. Sainz always has this mentality of he's there or thereabouts, but he's never quite on the same pace as Leclerc and the others. Yeah, and he qualified 5th, started 4th. So, yeah, he's effectively gone backwards during the race because Hamilton would have jumped him as well.
Yeah,
See?
the Ferrari's winning this weekend. Yeah, I'd agree.
See. I'm just going to pile them all in the C's and you lot can work out who you want. Next one, I think, that's the Williams. That must be Logan Sargent. Yeah, because the next one's Stroll. He qualified. Well, he had a shocker of a qualifier. If his only time lap was 30-something seconds slow, but that's because it was a warm-up lap or a spin lap or something like that. And he never ended up having a timed lap count towards that in the end. So he did start last.
He finished 16th.
Good showing, I thought, from him.
Ahead of Lando.
Yeah. Strong C?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Or a B? Or a B?
I'd say C. Hello, Rock and Roll GT.
Hello. Strong C it is then. Okay, Stroll. Bear in mind, I think he actually had a very good race until his engine let go, or sorry, whatever it was went wrong. He qualified 6th, and he got leapfrogged by the Ferraris in the pits, and it's weird to see a Ferrari having a good strategic call, but they did. And then after that, they were nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, he did look like he was about to have a good battle with, what's it, Hulkenberg,
He did.
but they kind of didn't.
And Stroll did go right around the outside of Sainz, around the first hairpin.
I was still talking about Sargent. I was just reading Pedro's thingy saying Sargent's result doesn't really reflect how well he did, in my opinion.
Okay, it makes a lot of
He did
sense.
quite well.
He did.
Yeah, Stroll, sorry. When did the safety car happen? It was like...
Somewhere in the 20s, I think. I've forgotten what lap it was.
Until then, he was running
He's running strongly. I think he's...
4th.
Yeah. Well, he was until he pitted.
Oh yeah, Toy pitted, and then that was a different story. We know, maybe that was the start of his problems. I don't know, because he did get swamped by
Could have been. It could well have been.
a lot.
It was about that 19-ish. It could be the cars overheated in the pits. It's surprising how many cars break down coming out the pits.
I don't know then.
I think he deserves a B, just for the overtake running outside the signs, and
Potentially, if not already high C. He's technically didn't finish the race,
yeah,
but it's not really his fault.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, he's got nearly halfway through the race and mechanical issue. We did say that our defining line would be they have to complete
You know
a
what the funny
third.
thing is?
What's that?
Right? He was still in fourth at the end of the race. He would have got bumped up to third.
Hmm. But it didn't happen, though, did it?
No, it didn't happen.
We did say our defining line, though. They have to complete a third of the race, a quarter or a third of the race, depending on the track, and then we'd give them a rank. If not, it would be non-NA, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I don't know, high C, low B, I'm not sure. We did see a lot of issues around here last season. Yeah.
Yeah, last season it was red flag, crash, red flag, crash.
Yep. I don't know. I'll be happy with either of them.
No, alright, you're going to have to choose B or C.
Oh, I don't want to make a decision.
I know you don't, that's why you're going to have to make it.
High C.
Okay. High C it is. Stroll hater.
No, it's not that. It's just I think if he didn't, well, it's hard because if he dropped the positions because it wasn't his fault because it was the car, then
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's why I put him in a really high C. But then I don't know.
We'll go with a C. Alright.
I don't know.
Yuki Tsunoda, who qualified 16th, and I think he ended up 11th, didn't he?
Yep, he did finish 11th.
It's a shame
Had
he...
a little bit of a moan when
Yes.
Magnussen passed him.
Yes, I mean, he might have to have another trip to the psychologist for that one. Be told off for all the swearing and whatnot. I don't know, I'm quite impressed with him this race. Nothing went wrong with him. He never really appeared on camera doing anything wrong. It's either a very strong C again, or a B. He's gone up 5 places. Was running in the points until literally the final 2 laps. And that Alpha Tauri is not quick, in my opinion. Where did De Vries go? We put De Vries in a C, and he was very, very anonymous. Where did De Vries finish?
14th.
11th. I'm going to fight for this one. I think he deserves to be.
Preferably.
Cool.
You didn't have to put much of a fight then.
No. After Stroll, I'm fighting for that one. Okay, Max Verstappen.
You know what? I want to rate him slightly lower than I would, like if he was just any other driver that went from.
How many places did he gain?
Where did he qualify again?
15th.
No, 15th.
13 places.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put him A star though. I'd put him
He's not
maybe
A star.
with an A Perez because
He's got a
his
car
attitude.
advantage. His attitude sucks.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
The attitude is making me want to drop him even less because he didn't go and greet Perez from the looks of it. He didn't congratulate him. He didn't park the car on the thingy. If that was a mistake, it was a mistake. But if it was a hissy fit, then that's just silly.
He does come across as petulant.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just
I think it's an A.
he's like, I settled for second. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
I think it's an A, but you can tell he's clearly playing political and emotional games there. which
Yeah.
I don't like. But just based on the driving.
Yeah.
There's
I
13
bet, like,
places.
I bet like later on in the season, it's like, remember, Pritters, I finished second for you.
Yeah. I was like, no, you didn't. You were coming after the win. Yeah. No, I don't believe you. All right. I mean, quite frankly, it is an outstanding drive going 13 places up. But he was helped out massively by not having to pit until the safety car.
True.
So, I mean, he literally didn't even have to go past the Ferraris or the Mercedes. I mean, okay, he got Hamilton, and he eventually did get. He had to pass Russell and Alonso, but the car advantage is vast, really, isn't it? So, yeah. Okay, Zhou, who was 12th to.
Finished 13th. Didn't see anything from him from what I can remember.
I think it's a D. Just not a terrible one.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Bottas. He's outperformed Bottas.
And Norris.
And the fact that actually makes me want to put him in the C. The fact he's
I'd say
outperformed
C,
Bottas.
but right at the end.
Yeah. I think that's fair. It's a very average race for a lot of these drivers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll move on. Nico Hulkenberg. And that would have been 11th qualifying, which would have been outstanding. Started 10th, thanks to Leclerc.
Both. Really.
Actually relatively impressed with Nico on this one. Just the sheer fact that Haas doesn't look like it has much pace, and he was right with K-Mag to the end. He would have been a few seconds behind him.
Maybe, maybe just check C as well.
See, it's done. Russell. Qualified 4th, started 3rd.
Finished 3rd. No.
Yeah, I think it's a B. About the same as Alonso.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit less than Alonso. I think Alonso's performance was better because he actually led the race.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nico Hulkenberg did make a few mistakes, but nothing major. I mean, we did see both Red Bulls go off the track, one straight after the other at the same corner, so I think they all did. So, what do you reckon? B?
Yeah.
B it is. Right, thus concludes our ranking of the drivers. It was nothing horribly terrible from anyone, but nothing great from anyone either.
Yeah, that's how I'd put it as well. Just a bang average race.
Yeah, and Levity has said he rated it 5 out of 10 himself.
Nico hit the ball fighting Sargent.
Oh, really? Well, didn't see that. Okay. Well, what would you rank the race out of 10 then? We should have written this down for Bahrain as well. Keep a log.
I think we said for Bahrain, I think we had a 6.5.
I think I went like 5.56, didn't I? It was a little bit lower.
Yeah.
I think good opening lap.
Yeah. I think maybe, in my opinion, it's got to be a 5 for me. I'm going to agree with Levitus here.
I think
Say
that's going to
5.
be. Yeah, I think it's going to be consensus. I mean, some good on-track action, but nothing really unexpected. No
Did
standout
you say it
performances.
was that exciting though?
No.
This race.
No, I mean, if you compare it to 2021 when we had Max and Lewis going for the race win, that would have been a 9
Hopefully we
or
made
10.
it a little bit more exciting for everybody.
Yeah, general
But,
excitement.
yeah,
Some good action, but not exciting.
the only exciting bit was obviously like discussing about penalties and
Yeah,
Alonso didn't that one, and then we were like, and breathe.
yeah, pretty much. And I think that says all about the race, doesn't it? That was it.
Yeah, to be fair. mean, not bad race all in all, but not like a, oh my god, I must rewatch this race over and over again because it was spectacular.
Exactly that. I will not be showing anyone this race to introduce them to Formula One. Okay, well, any other final
I've
thoughts?
just seen something even Russell said that the post-race penalty for Alonso was pretty harsh.
Well, they might appeal
It
it.
was, yeah.
They might appeal it. I think there is a clause. We had this from, it was Alpine last year. I think it was America, where I'm gonna have to dig this out on the back of my head. They can appeal a penalty with the stewards, but they have to do it within half an hour of the end of the race or the penalty being given. So if they were going to appeal it, they have had to have done it already. It was something like that. It was a very specific time limit to it. They literally have to appeal it, yes or no, there and then. But did they? Or will they? So.
Anyone from Aston Martin want to let us know?
Okay.
Yeah, just it was an alright race. Nothing not.
Trying to go back on this. Oh well.
Nothing to really, I guess, write home about.
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid I can't go back on that for some reason, why ever not. Oh, there we go, that's why. Yeah, okay, well, anything you want to add to that, or it's at the end of our first podcast?
Really, I've got lads. Just an average race, really. Like I said, the only real entertainment was obviously just the Alonso hype train. We were like,
yeah,
he's leading the race. Like,
yeah, can he keep Perez behind him?
Still.
Yeah,
And
no.
then that was short lived. But the Alonso hype train is still going.
It is.
Maybe next race. Just an average race.
I really hope that the Aston Martin can develop that car, because they've got more wind tunnel time and access to the Mercedes factory and all that sort of thing, where they can develop that car more than Red Bull.
Like, give me your car.
You never know. Well, we do know because that's illegal.
Yes.
But I just hope that Aston Martin continue to develop their car, and we don't end up with a situation where Red Bull pull away and Aston Martin fall away, and then we end up with either Ferrari and Mercedes filling the normal gap, because Aston can't do that, their thing.
Yeah.
That's that. I think we always sort of end these ones with looking forward to the rest of the season rather than looking at the race when there's not much massive on-track action like this.
Yeah, true.
So, okay, well, I'm going to end mine there.
Australia next.
Australia, which will be at 6 in the morning for qualifying.
Eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh, and I can tell you now, I'm not waking up at like 4 AM so we can do the career mode. I have to do that after the race next time.
Well, technically speaking, we'd have to wake up probably at 2 AM. Why don't we just stay up? We'll stay up. We'll do it. We'll do it live. We won't. Yeah, we'll do that Sunday during the day. When we've got some time. And the pre-GP, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, but I think if you see us like wrapped up in blankets, it looks like we've just woken up.
I look like that most of the time.
Because we've just woken up.
But on that note, Australia next, 2 weeks' time. Look forward to it, actually. I won't be around for the qualifying myself because I'll actually be at work. But I'll be around for the race.
Yeah.
So, on that note, but apparently they're still investigating. So, well, we could hang around forever and just talk about the results until, they come in. But this might drag on a bit. So, I think we better leave it there.
Yeah.
So
Alright race. Nothing really to...
it'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like races were a little bit more entertaining with us just at the back messing around.
Yeah, a little bit. But on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much, Sarah, and to everyone who has dropped in. Thank you, Levitius, for the raid, and all the bods that have taken part, Stevie, and everybody. So it has been a pleasure. And shout out to Abe as well.
Yeah, shout out to Abe as well. Thank you very much.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to end mine there. I'm going to say thank you very much, and see you all for some streaming during the week.
Bye.
Bye.